Welcome to Tuesday's Talking Heads. I'm your host, Ashton Culp. Today I'll be bringing on Annabelle Peterman, a second-year Craft Academy student here at Morehead State University and high school senior. We'll be discussing how to become a craft kid and what day-to-day life is like living on campus. We'll be back after this.
No matter where they go.
No matter how high they soar.
They never forget where they learned to fly.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
This is your desk. You're at it a lot these days, so you might as well make it comfortable. But doing it like this can actually be more uncomfortable and harmful over time. Sit up in your chair and sit back slightly, letting the chair support you. Place the top of your monitor at eye level and keep your keyboard in front of you, setting your mouse to the side. Now you're ready to get back into those web conferences we've all grown to love.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you for being here, my wonderful friend Annabelle Peterman.
It's an honor.
Well, we're here to talk about Craft Academy because I know little to nothing about it, actually, so I'm very interested to learn. I guess to start, what is Craft Academy and why are you, or why should anybody be a part of it?
It's very interesting that you say that you don't know a whole lot about it, because that tends to be a common thing with college students, it seems. You hear the name a lot, but you don't know quite what it is. Craft Academy is a dual residential high school. So the dorm, we live in Grody Thompson Hall on campus, right in the center of everything, right next to Breck. And it is a program where high school juniors come and complete their last 2 years of high school while also doing some college courses. At the end of the day, once you graduate, you get 60 or more credit hours at Morehead State University while enriching your life and really learning from whatever experiences you have here. Students live with other craft kids in dorms of 2 or 4, depending, and they live life as, with some restrictions, normal college students.
Oh, I know you have like a curfew and a few other things and whatnot.
Yeah, curfew 10 o'clock. It keeps us in check.
Oh, I mean, that's always smart, high school kids.
It
No
definitely
offense.
is. None taken.
So why did you choose to participate in the program?
Where I'm from, we don't actually have a lot of educational opportunities. I mean, my home high school didn't even have AP classes when I was there. Yeah, definitely. And I saw craft as this amazing opportunity, and I was definitely right. When I applied as a sophomore, I came in expecting some of the greatest professors that I could get access to as a high school junior, and that's what I got.
And that's honestly a wonderful experience because I wish I had a good experience in high school, I'd say, especially with AP classes, but I wish I had more of that kind of experience.
It definitely is different. I mean, no matter what kind of classes you take in high school, how advanced or regular, they're not going to compare to what you would do in college.
Exactly, and you know, they're entirely just trying to get you ready for college, but I feel like my high school experience never fully got me ready. But what is your projected field of study, and do you plan on attending MSU into your college years?
Currently, I'm undecided as to what university I'll be attending. I applied for a lot, and I will be deciding in about a month or so, but MSU is a strong contender for me right now. If I stay here, I plan to double major in psychology and traditional music. Both of these, especially traditional music, are departments that I've really gotten to get a leap on while I've been here.
And that's how I met you in the first place.
Of course.
Traditional music.
Yeah, the ensemble. And we've had a wonderful time there. And I'm the only craft student I've met so far who's also been in there. And one thing that's amazing about Craft Academy is not just the academic aspect, but it lets kids who don't have a lot of these social aspects or community aspects at home really branch out into their communities. I'm in this ensemble. A lot of fellow peers I know volunteer at the animal shelter, so on and so forth.
Well, thank you so much for this beginning insight on craft, and we'll be back after this.
While we may be transitioning back to normal life, COVID is still a threat, so don't get a personal foul. This is COVID Referee. Even if you're a mouth breather like you look, this certainly isn't helping anyone. Pull that up. You only washed your hands for 15 of the recommended 30 seconds. Get back in there. 6 feet, please.
Welcome back to the show and the second half of my interview here with Annabelle. To continue, do you feel as though you've personally benefited as being a part of craft?
Definitely. One thing about craft is that it will force you to grow up in ways that you didn't really expect. I mean, coming in, I was 15 years old, and
wow,
you could tell in all ways I was a 15-year-old. But getting to interact in the ways that I did at craft, both with craft students and non-craft students, I've really learned what it meant to integrate myself into the Moorhead community.
like a college type setting.
Of course. So that has greatly helped me benefit.
I can only imagine. Would you suggest the program to other students your age, like new possible incoming craft students that are considering it?
Definitely, especially if you are a student, like a sophomore or a freshman in high school right now, who is in one of the surrounding counties of Moorhead. I recommend this just because, one, it's so close to home. Moorhead is only an hour away from my home. And two, students around here really don't have much, if any, opportunity for real academia if they're interested in it. They don't have that opportunity to get a full drive, and a lot of students around here aren't really even anticipated to go to college. So getting that head start financially, educationally, socially is an amazing thing for any student, especially those who are extra ambitious about it.
And it's honestly fantastic that we do have this experience here on campus, because I know there's very few universities who offer something like this. One final, I guess, important question is, how exactly do you apply to become a craft student?
The application process begins when you are a high school sophomore. Usually, you would take the ACT. I know this year they were test optional, and I'm not certain what it will be in the future. But you take the ACT and get a certain score, and with that, you can apply during the winter of your sophomore year. You write essays. You get letters of recommendation from teachers. You fill out an online application. You submit all of that by the deadline, and then you go to an interview. This interview process is with craft personnel, professors, etc. And once you're through with that, you soon get notified if you are accepted into the Craft Academy.
Oh,
For myself, I was notified not long after my interview, and I did actually cry tears of joy.
that's actually pretty great, especially with the fact that it's such a fast process from the sound of it.
It's a few months long.
I was about to say just a couple of months.
Yes, I was anticipating applying since the beginning of my freshman year, if that gives any perspective.
Yeah, that's true. It is really something to consider and think about, I guess, especially for college students who have younger siblings that are wanting to get college credit out of the way. Any final thoughts on the matter?
Well, first, to younger high school kids, don't come just to embarrass your siblings. Trust me, it won't work. You'll get something good out of it, but another thought, oftentimes college kids look at craft kids and go, oh yeah, these are just high school kids. And while that is true in the literal sense of the word, I like to think that my experiences here have definitely helped me expand beyond just the realms of a high school student.
And I'm so glad that I've been able to talk to you about this experience, and thank you again for coming on the show. And that's the show today, folks, but we'll be right back after this.
At MSU, I know I can succeed because of our professors. And while I may disagree about the amount of homework at times, I know I can count on them to be there for me. So thank you for making Moorhead a home and each class a family.
Welcome back to the show, and I'd like to thank Annabelle one last time for coming on the show and discussing a subject that I had honestly not even known about until I was a freshman here myself, the wonderful Craft Academy. Thank you, Annabelle.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and we'll be back next week with Lakin hosting. Thank you for joining us on Tuesday's Talking Heads.